Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I hope that you are having a swell day. Thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to listen to Julee Cruz. We're going to listen to the track Falling. This is off of her 1989 album, Floating Into the Night, her debut studio album. We are listening to this track because it was suggested and sponsored by Jacob. Jacob, thank you so much for the suggestion and for the support. Really appreciate that. Thank you. So, Julee Cruz, I've heard the name. I've seen this album cover. I've seen this album, but I couldn't tell you a thing about it. But I've seen it because, like, all right, I spend a lot of time on RYM, rateyourmusic.com. It's a catalog music and just look up new music to listen to and such. And I've seen this one pop up quite a bit. I just remember seeing what I can only think is like a blow-up doll or something kind of floating in the ether here. It's not the most biggest quality there, but there you go. That's what it looks like to me. So yeah, I've seen it. Couldn't tell you what to expect. So let's go ahead and dive on in. We'll listen to it, talk about it a little bit after. Julee Cruz, Falling. This is like nighttime music. It's very dreamy. I like that kind of Western, like that to me sounds very Western. Both these kind of gentle, dreamy keys being played right alongside. I like how that kind of brought attention. It's very like textured, and it resolves here with the strings now being added. This is a dreamy, like sleep kind of song in the best way possible. And you can even hear the little pops in her voice, like she's so close to the microphone. This little buildup of explosion. Not yet, not yet. Every time she sings a line, it's like the music grows alongside her, like it just blossoms for a moment and then beams out. That guitar just... builds this interesting tension. gentle but very focused use of the instruments around her spaces. Long fade out. Can I say one underrated aspect when it comes to music? I think it's a severely underrated aspect, maybe more so nowadays than in the past. The correlation between the actual music itself and what I imagine probably the rest of this album, based off of this song, sounds like, in comparison with the album cover. The album cover is featuring this, like, to me, it looks like a blow-up doll floating in, I mean, as it says, into the night, the name of the album, and this music, Falling, feels like that. It feels, there was, I think 2 years ago or so, I had, I always heard about it, and I went into a sleep deprivation tank, which is basically, it's a tank like a little bit bigger than your body, and it's filled with water. It has a bunch of salts and stuff in there so that you float in that water. The pod closes over you, and you're literally in darkness. It's literally a sensory deprivation tank. You can't see anything. You know, it's soundproof. You're just there to float and to meditate, kind of recenter yourself, whatever you want to do in there. That's what this would be like, a great piece of music to listen to while they're kind of just floating, not feeling anything. And like, it just moves over you gently with your own body. Like, it's just really cool. And the song has that kind of characteristic where it is extremely spacey, very, very dreamy. The keys have a lullaby-like kind of melody to it, while every time that guitar comes in has a Western twang, that wow, wow, which is kind of interesting how that Western twang guitar chord or whatever kind of holds like a certain structure to this. It doesn't allow the music to just seep outside of its lines. It doesn't allow it to move outside of its confinements. That Western twang keeps it into a certain structure, a certain rhythm. And all the spaciness, the dreaminess that happens, it happens around that, but still within the structure. So I like how that's performed, still allowing a lot of space and ambience to play out. But then you have moments like where the chorus comes in, where da, 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 the big guitar, the electric guitar comes in distorted, and it just begins to build a certain kind of tension, never losing that dreaminess. And I don't want to say creating a nightmare, but it does add a certain edge into the music at that particular point. The first time that happens, after that kind of that section kind of comes out, then we're left with the same melodies as before, but this time accompanied by some strings now that are kind of there just to liven things up a little bit. So it's kind of interesting how this track is structured and how it's built upon itself. Julee Cruise, I'm imagining that she's the vocalist. I would imagine. I'm looking really quick to see because you never know. But her vocals are equally just as dreamy and floaty, heavily filtered, but not in a way that it hides or masks her voice or gives her talent where talent is not there. It's just an enhancement, a tonal enhancement to the music. Yeah, Julee Cruise on the vocals, two electric guitarists, Eddie Dixon and Vinnie Bell, some synths, some orchestration, some sax apparently at some point in the album. So like, I really like how all this is built, because I can imagine watching this live, this probably lines up with a similar Venn diagram circle as like a shoegaze or a dream pop kind of sound. But this is definitely much more empty, but filled with a lot more space and kind of, like I said, I guess tonal enhancements is kind of the best way I can describe that. But I like how it moves. It's a very gentle song. And that the moments where, you know, the guitar does come up a little bit more and it builds that tension, there's a word. There's a word that starts with a T that I want to use, but it kind of tingles you a little bit. There's another word. I just can't think of it. But like it kind of, there's something tangible about the music. Like, okay, remember old TVs and you could put your hand to the TV screen and you would feel like a little static from it? There's something gently staticky about the music and pleasurable in that particular capacity. Don't let yourself be hurt this time. Don't let yourself be hurt this time. I also like how when she's singing, she allows so much space between each of the lines for the most part. Then I saw your face, then I saw your smile. The sky is still blue, the clouds still come and go, yet something is different. Are we falling in love? Don't let yourself be hurt this time. Don't let yourself be hurt this time. Then your kiss so soft, then your touch so warm. I like this intimacy that's described here, especially to me, this intimacy in the dark, this soft touch, this first contact, kind of to me, once again, relating to the album cover, the sound that we're actually hearing. The stars still shine. The mountains still high. Yes, something is different. Are we falling in love? But first it was the sky is blue. Now it's the stars still shine. Daytime, nighttime. Clouds come and go. High, mountains still high. Low, like sky and earth. So nice contrast in the different choruses here. Falling, are we falling in love? It's like first contact, that first head over heels moment when you perhaps realize that you guys are falling in love. And it's not just, whatever it was before. I didn't realize I forgot to get into the Wikipedia article here. All right, so it's the lead single and second track from the debut album, featuring music composed by Angelo Badalamenti and lyrics from David Lynch. Okay, he's a director, right? Yeah, okay. I've never seen any of his movies. I've heard a lot about him, just never seen any of them. An instrumental was used for the theme star. Okay, I don't care about that. Twin Peaks gained a cult following after its original broadcast, and Falling subsequently charted in 15 countries worldwide between 1990 and 92, including Australia, where it reached number 1. Badalamenti won Best Pop Instrumental Performance at the 33rd Grammy Awards for a Twin Peaks theme. And it goes on from there with some of the rankings. According to Angelo Badalamenti, which, by the way, I am killing it saying his name, the characteristic sound of the song was made playing a tuned-down electric guitar. He says, in the ruckus of beers flying through the air at the Roadhouse, we have Julee singing a beautiful, slow-tempo song, and it's so outrageous. You would never have that kind of song in a place like that. The songs of Julee serve a twofold purpose. They contrast the visuals, and they set the tone for the show. And you have, of course, some other information there. Your chart information, as mentioned, Australia 1, Austria 14, Finland 2, Ireland 5, Italy 3, Sweden at 2 as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed the music. Thank you as well for the sponsorship and the sponsorship. That's literally buying me a coffee. Sponsor sip. Thank you, Jacob, for the suggestion, and thank you for the support as well. Let me know what you guys thought of this track down below. Please enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Bye, sponsors.